Well, hello, and I am live. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Ali from Southern Ontario is here. First message that I see. Let's see. Let me quickly share this in the group. Where am I? Say hello, where you from, who's painting with you. Have you done this before? I know there's a lot of first-timers here tonight. Share it in the group, and there we go. Oh, I have to make sure that I'm live on my... Today, when I created the event I use a program called StreamYard. And when I created it, it said that it's from a funeral home. And I'm not sure why it did that. See, it says Victoria Avenue Funeral Home. So maybe I'm live on their page too. No, I'm not. But that was funny. I thought it's very interesting. So not sure what Facebook did there, but I definitely am not a funeral home. Ali is here from, oh, I did mention Ali from Southern Ontario. Cindy from Texas. Love the pig painting. He is so cute. I did it at a really cute dining room with charcuterie and wine just the other night at Salt and Thyme. And the chef actually painted with us. It's his favorite meat. Can't wait to start. Good evening from Quebec. Barbara from Beaverton. Pamela, Florida. Alder Grove, Tammy, welcome, welcome. Katie is here. Good evening, Katie. Stephanie says, hello, everyone. North Carolina is here. It is weird, right, Jane? I don't know what's up with that. I refreshed my connection with my StreamYard, but that was already created. And if you go to the funeral homes events, the event's actually listed as their event. It looks like it's very strange. But when you click on the event, it says hosted by Salas Art. So somewhere there's a disconnect. I don't know, but it's weird. I'm definitely the furthest from a funeral home. Everyone's quite alive who I work with. Mark is here. He's, what is that? Branson, Missouri. Antonia is here. Welcome, welcome. California, Michelle. Vicky is here from Bellingham. I bought new brushes. Oh, I can't wait. You have to share with us how it was, Susan, painting with new brushes. Trinidad, Colorado, Michelle. Rhonda from Oklahoma. Oh, Christine, did you send me stars? Thank you, thank you. I missed a whole bunch of names. Christine from Japan. I love that. Welcome, welcome. North Dakota is here, Sandy. NMB Mavis. I missed a few. That's an job sharing opportunity, right? Let's collaborate. So neat to see. I think we're going to be a smaller crowd tonight. So there's a few people that have done this pig once or twice before. So they're doing it again to see how their painting style have changed. So if you're here just watching and you did it before, try it again tonight. Maybe try it with your left hand, or try it with different colors, or try it upside down. Just have fun. That's what we're here to do, right? Just disconnect, paint, breathe, have fun. Janet is here from West Virginia. Is it Bronnie from South Australia? Bronwyn, I love that, Bronnie. Sissy is here from Georgia. Welcome, welcome. Carmen from Los Angeles. Did you guys see I'm having a little sale on my Facebook page? So if you really enjoy tonight and you enjoy the Facebook Lives, I took 20 of them, not 10, 20, and put them in a bundle, and I'm selling them as 20 for 20. So they are normally in the membership, and I know a lot of people are not ready to join the paint night membership. So I put them all together, and you can get them, what's that, $1 a painting? It's actually less because I threw in a bonus painting, the penguin painting. So that's pretty neat. So I've posted it on my page, so you can go have a look at those. Already ordered. I love it. Alice in Oregon is here. Shannon is here from Florida. Max from Georgia is here. Welcome, welcome. Rhonda from Kelowna. That's so cool. I'm going to take off the banner. I think people are seeing the trend. Say hi. Where you from? Who you painting with? Welcome. Hi, Frida from Columbia, Missouri. So excited for this one. It is a cutie, isn't he? He's so fluffy. I'll bring it closer so you can see all the hair. See all the hair? So when we paint, it's going to look a little flat and a little weird. And then we start adding in the hair. And that just makes him so adorable. You're going to have loads of fun. All right, shall we pour paints? So brushes, you'll need a bigger brush for the background. I am going to use, I think I'll use this one tonight. So that's just a big flat brush for the background. I need a round to do my drawing with. I think I'm just going to use this one. So this is the round I'm going to use, and this is a size. I know you guys like this size. So it's a Zen, and it's a size 1. It's a big one. I might change, and then I might use a medium-sized brush. Let's go for a full bit. I'll use that one. If you have a flat, if you don't have a full bit, that's okay. You can also use a flat. Sometimes I enjoy a full bit for the background too, because it's rounded and it gives you different brush strokes. So I'll keep these close by. I think I'm going to go for that one tonight. I feel like I want to paint with that one. Let your inner artist out and decide which brushes to use tonight. And you can chop and change. That's why I have mine all right here. Right, I have my little container with water, a cloth. I bought a new pad. Lots of people asked me about the pad, and I kept the cover on to show you tonight. That's what I use. And it's got the glue at the top and the bottom. So it's sealed in. So when I'm done, I just tear it off. I normally use it 2 or 3 times. And it's like a wax paper. So it's really neat. I like using it. Palette paper. Right, so for paint, I like my emerald green, phthalo blue. So emerald green, phthalo blue, black and white. And I like the bright red from Saks. So you can choose your own colors. They're all going to look a little different, but I'll talk you through it. If you want to mix some colors, just ask away. Either myself or someone will help you. And you don't need a lot of color for the background. Not a big space back there. Ruth is here from Chetman. Hello, darling. How are you? Rhonda is here reminding us to breathe. Welcome, welcome, Rhonda. Very little red. A little more than that. Lots of white paint and a good load of black paint. I jumped on that 20 for 20. Yes, let me know what you think of the paintings. I talk a lot in them because they're just unedited Facebook Lives. So the beginning will always be all the chit chats and the hellos, and some of them was recorded quite a while ago when I went 15 minutes before the painting session online. So you might have to jump a little, but it's pretty neat to see all the hellos and all the stories, and you're lucky enough, you might even meet my mom in one of the videos because she was here when the pandemic just hit. She came to visit for a short bit, but got stuck here. So she's also in the videos. Here and there, I drag her in to say hello, or I show her painting, or you can hear us speak Afrikaans. Who else? I am fine, Frida. Hope you're well. I am much better. Thank you so much. Watching from Crossville, Tennessee tonight. Hello, Patty. I'll be painting tomorrow. Yes, I love that. A lot of people watch tonight. They just relax, especially some people. It's 9-10 p.m. And then, yeah, just watch, hang out, comment, and then they paint tomorrow at their own time. Are you using pink? No, I use a bright red. So it's quite dark. And then I just mix in lots of white paint. So my white's big little fluid, so I can't tilt it. But I've got emerald green, phthalo blue, my bright red, white to mix the pink, and then some black. I prefer the red because it's quite dark in here. So I put the red down, and then we're going to swish it all together. Swish, swish, swish. Hi, Karen from Nevada. And Judith is here from West Virginia. Just love your picture selection. Thank you, Pat. All right. You guys ready? Shall we give it another minute? How many? 125. We'll do 1 minute. Take a sip. Take a deep breath. Love the swishing. Sometimes you have to make the sound too. Hi, Cindy from Ohio. And hello, special hello to Sarah, who is with us today. Daylene is here from Oklahoma. Welcome, welcome. All right, I think we should start. Oregon here. Hi, Linda. Thank you for this. You're welcome. And Terry is here from New Mexico. Vicky asked about alternative green colors. The easiest way is if you have a few, drag them out, because I have a few greens and I could give you a color, but then it looks different. So the green that I use looks like that. So bring out a green that you can mix with the blue so you can see the color that it mixes. So I use the blue and the green to make like just that turquoisey color at the top. So play with your paints like that. And then see if you like it. Some greens don't work with all the blues. If you don't have green that looks good with the blue that you have, maybe try a little yellow with your blue, because that makes green, and see if you can get a color. But you can make the background any color that you want to. I love it. Susan says she's ready. Dolores from Kentucky. Thank you for the 20 special. You're welcome. We're from Ontario. Ready to go. Hog Wild. Babe, I love that. Okay, so let's go Hog Wild. All right, so we're going to start off. Are you guys ready? Take a deep breath in. You are going to forget about chores. If you are in the middle of doing your taxes, like I should be doing, you are going to forget about that. You are going to forget about everything that needs to get done. This is your hour to just paint. So just take a deep breath in, take a sip of whatever you're drinking. I just have mango juice tonight. And then we're going to start drawing out our pick. I'm so excited. I'm excited for you, Brandy. All right, so hold your brush a little further back. I'm a little shaky, so you don't have to make your pig shaky because mine's shaky. So we're going to draw something out that looks a little bit like a pear. So it's a little smaller. See, rounded at the top, smaller here. It goes wider. You can make it the cheeks and the chin as chubby as you want it to be. Leave some space for the ears and a little bit of height. So you can place it anywhere you want to, but think about where your ears are going to go and how much space you want there. So sometimes you can kind of draw it in the air, like play with your brush a little, see where the ears are going to go. I got a little water on my brush so I can actually see what I'm doing here. So I think I'm going to go about that high, like this, and then make it nice and chubby down here. Right, are you guys ready? So to draw out my pig, I'm going to mix up a little bit of a grayish color. So that's the color I'm going to draw out. We're going to paint all over this. If you feel safer using chalk or a pencil, then you do that. I jump in. If you've painted with me before, you know I like jumping in with the paint, and I just draw with the paint. So I'm going to go a little bit of black with some white, mix it up, roll my brush in it, fill up my bristles, take another deep breath in. How high are we going? Not too high, round about there. So I'm leaving some space. My ears are going to be right there. And then all the way to the bottom. I'm going to leave a little space here. And maybe over there. See how I'm sketching out? It doesn't have to be a solid line. It's like a little pear. Nice fat cheeks. He is so round. Look at that. That is how we're going to start off. Looks like he's a little tilted. That's okay. He's like, what's up with this? And then don't forget to breathe. That's not too bad, was it? A little pear. It's just a pear. That's what it looks like. You don't have to have the squiggly lines though. All right, so do the ears. We don't want to go too high, a little bit to the side. See right here? So not too high on top, a little bit to the side. And your curve is going to go up. So you curve up and then curve off the page. So you're going to go up, curve rounded like that, go down a little and off the page. And you can actually wrap your picture around the edges too. Right, bottom is just a curve down, and then I just bring the two together like that. I might make it a little rounder here. Like that. And then you copy that on the other side, but you'll see that my two ears don't look the same. So it doesn't have to match. Don't be too hard on yourself. I always feel like I want to make it even more puffy, but I'm going to draw the other one and then I'll have a look. So you're curving up and then give it a little kink down. Go up and then down and up again. Down and bring this up like that. See, that's what I want for this one. Maybe here and then up like that. I'm going to use a little white paint to cancel out what I don't want. That's what my ear is going to look like. Cutie pie, look at that. You guys breathing? Don't faint on me. Hello, April from Georgia. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to do the nose. And you'll see that if you look at the face, it's a little bit, maybe the nostrils are like halfway in the face. So the nostrils are going to be over here. So you want to draw that nose over there. So I'm mixing up a little bit more gray. And it almost looks like a bean. So round it here, and then you kind of kink it up at the bottom of the nose there. So round about here. Round it like that. Go a little further down. So it almost looks like you're going to make a big oval shape. I'm going to go a little bit bigger. Almost looks like an oval, and then you just kind of kink up here and then down again. And see how I'm changing my lines? It's all good. We're going to paint over that. So don't worry if you're drawing and then you're redrawing. And I can never get my two ears to match. So if yours don't match, all good. All right. I'm going to draw in the nostrils, nice and big. Make them bigger than you think they should be. See how it doesn't match? They're not both in the middle. My white paint's my eraser. Just going to cancel out some of that I painted. Hello, Deborah. How are you guys doing? Lima bean snout. Gina says, looking forward to doing this one in the morning. It's almost bedtime for me in Ohio. It will be there for you. You can do it in the morning. All right, so now we're doing the eyes. They're above the nostrils, kind of slightly under the ears, but to the side here. Sometimes it's easier to just kind of guess where they should go. He looks so spooky with those eyes there. Rhonda's reminding us to breathe. I do make a little bit of a line here between the eyes. That's a little mark here, and we'll talk about that a little later. And then it's so funny, someone said, is this the mouth? No, it's just a big fat chin. It's a fold in the big fat chin. The mouth is under here. How's everyone doing with that drawing? You getting there? Were we supposed to have done the background when you were talking about the background paints? No, we were just talking about the paints. I draw it out first and then we paint around the pig. Right, so then we're going to do in a line over here. I just slightly with a curve down at the bottom. And if you can see the bottom of your pig, I'll show you how so under the ear here, I take out the body going down this way. And remember, if you have a box canvas, you can wrap it around the edge. And then I'm just going to go right there. That's these little bodies. So this is all body. So when you paint the background, you're going to go this way, up here, and that little piece. Right, I'm going to give him his little fold here in his fat little face. That one there. We're almost there. How are you guys doing? It's not too bad, is it? He's so cute. Can't wait to try it tomorrow. You're going to love it. All right, so at the ears, so I start a little further away, but as I go up, I go closer to that line. So you start here. This is that fold in the ear. And then as I go higher up, I go closer to kind of bring this together. And you do the same on this side. Up like that. And the pink is going to be in here. And you can make one ear white and one ear black. I feel I need to lift this eye a little. But we'll work on that later. Can't get the ears right. Take a deep breath in. See, the line goes up. So you're going to go up and then curve it this way. And then at the bottom, it's quite wide here. And then you curve down and then bring it back together. And sometimes you need to take a step away. Go for a walk and come back. All right. Last thing we're going to add to our little pig is the marks on the pig. So you can see he's got a little dot here and then the big black patch over the eye. And this one, it always seems to turn out like a little heart shape these days. So I'm going to do the same. There's the body that I made. So just a slight little curved line this way and curved down this way. And then the markings, I do a little patch here. I go up and drag it out. And you can do your patches any way you want to. And you'll see that I don't have a lot of paint, very little paint. I do my little mark here. And this starts kind of where the ear, the fold in the ear is, goes up, but you can do it anywhere in this area, kind of go up, around the eye, down the face. All of this is going to be black. I like giving him spots on his body too. These will be more of a grayish color. I'm not going to make them black. And that, my friends, is how we draw a little pig. I feel like I need to name this pig. Oh, I have a funny story to tell you. The bank called me about my purchase for the 20. Oh, it's because you bought in Canada. They wanted to know if I was being, oh my gosh, into purchasing. I hope I wasn't. Did you tell them this was for mental health? That's funny. Thank you, Maria. All right. So we'll do this. Darlene says rowdy. Are you rowdy or ready? If you are ready, type in ready, and then we're going to move on to the background. I think I did this slow enough. I'd love your feedback. If I went too fast, tell me. Hi from Nova. Hi, Debbie. I told him not at all. Lol, that is funny. I was going to say, when I have 10 readies, we'll move on, but I think we're past 10 readies already. That's so funny. Can I see your chin one more time? Sure. It's just a little curved line. See how it goes rounded. I hope that helps. I work daily with pigs. So excited for this one. Oh, Katie, are you going to paint this one to look like one of the pigs that you work with? South Carolina tuning in. Hello, South Carolina. Welcome, welcome. Vicky says rowdy and ready. I love it. Just watching now. I'm in Mississippi. Hi, Sandra. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Frida show. Can I just see his chin? Oh, I got that. Debbie from NJ. So I do not know all the abbreviations for the states. You might have to tell me. New Jersey. Did I get it right? Oh, I love it. Just got from work. San Francisco. All right. So we are going to paint the background. So what I like to do with this one is blend the colors on the background, on the canvas. So I'm going to pick up some white paint. I'm going to dunk my one half of my brush in some green with the white on it and the other half on blue. And then I'm going to start smearing it around. And as I play with the paint, I can see if I want to add more white or more blue or more green. And this might make some people a little nervous, like, Frida, what are you doing? So I know my paint really well. You might want a specific color, so you can mix a little bit up and then go play with some darker and lighter shades. But I'm going to show you how I just jump in with all the colors. Right, so you can see at the top, it's a little darker green here. And then there's little bits of more blue. And then there's a mixture of the blue and the green. Here it's a little bit more green. There's a little bit more blue up here. And then it goes very green at the bottom here. And then this is just me. I put some paint on here. I made a mess of my printout. Anyway, so you can use a flat brush, you can use a filbert brush, but you need something a little larger to play with. And remember to wrap the color around your canvas if you have a box canvas. So wet my brush. Take a deep breath in. And then I'm going to pick up paint like this. So I push down with my brush into the white. When you push down, the paint goes right in between the bristles. Right, so I don't scoop paint. I never scoop, because if you scoop, especially with this white that I have, it just flies everywhere. So push down, it sits in between the bristles. I'm going to pick up a little bit of green, like that. And I'm picking up a little bit of blue. So everyone that works with phthalo know how far that blue is going to go. You take another deep breath in, and then you're just going to start playing with your brush. See how dark that is? So I'm immediately going to start moving away. Move your wrist like this. And then this time I'm going to pick up just some white paint. Pushing down with my brush into the paint, the bristles open up like that. And then I just play, not too much movement, just moving it around. The more you move your brush, the more the colors blend together. Less movement, you'll have more blotches of color and more contrast. Cindy, there is no traceable for this one. I actually show you how to draw this little pig. And you'll see at the end of the class how cute everyone's little pig is. So no traceable for this one. So the more you move your brush, the more the colors blend together. Less movement, it will be more streaky. So if you like it very streaky, then move along. Just do a few brush strokes and move away from that area. I think I like it like that. It's a little lighter here, more blue, and then into some green. I'll see, maybe I'll change my mind in a minute. I don't know. Maybe some blue up here. Kind of play and see what you like. I'm going to play here. You got to do this area and you got to go around all the way there. We're not doing at the bottom because this is the body and this is the body. This is so fun. Take your time here. Do it slowly. See how the paints mix together. Breathe. Forget about everything else. Just paint. It's fun. It's a little darker today. A little darker than that one. See how I'm going back to the top? I can see the reflection in the camera. So step away if you need to, come back to it. Sometimes I'm smearing with my brush. I kind of put it flat and I'm smearing, and other times I'm using the bristles and I'm brushing it. Hello, Frida and everyone. Hello, Lee. Good evening from Maine. Hello, Dal. Here is the body. It's rounded at the top here. Rounded, wrap it around the canvas, and then at the bottom here. So follow the face and kind of drag it further down. very blue here, very green on this side. I think I do want some more white here. Just moving my brush around. I like that it's not too blended. Playing with lots of color. You want to go right up to your lines. When we paint the pig, we're going to paint over the outlines, but you can see I went right into them. But that is where you want to get to. Be loose with your brush. Don't forget to breathe. Try not to be too precise. All the perfectionists out there, I know it's hard. It's like, what is she talking about? Not be precise. Give your brush a good wash, dry it off. Does anyone else smell the bacon? Oh, you're funny. Catherine asked if you guys can smell the bacon. Hi, Patricia. She goes, I'm late. It's all good. We're here. So when you are ready, just type in ready and then we'll move on. We'll have about 10 people. You are a good teacher. Thank you. Oh, Catherine, thank you. I love what I do. I love these paint nights. And I love what these paint nights do to you. Darlene is the first to say ready. Or was it Kathy? I don't know. Darlene is ready. Hi, Jody. She's painting tomorrow. Lots of readies. Alison is not just ready. She's capital letters ready. Capital letters ready. I love it. Or is it uppercase? What do we say? Capital letters, uppercase. I think it says friends, not food. I second that. I hope you continue these nights after COVID. I don't think I can stop. I do have some news, but I'll share it in a little bit. Donna says, 1 more minute. It's all good, Alison. No need to say sorry. It's like, look at me. I love it. I'm really good with capital letters because I sometimes type when I want to say something, I'll use uppercase or whatever you want to call it. But what drives me insane is all when someone does like 3 or 4 question marks. I'm like, are you yelling at me? Uppercase is just passionate, but 3 question marks or 3 exclamation marks, I'm like, oh, that's yelling. I like how patient you are with us. I am a perfectionist and trying not to be while trying to paint. Yes, be kind to yourself when you paint. Just breathe, let it be. Okay, lots of readies. Let's move on. So we are going to play with a little bit of gray. We're going to add some shadows in. We're going to make some marks in the nose and in the ears. And this might feel a little strange when we do it, but it all comes together. Okay, so I'm going to use this brush, my round brush. You don't have to go too small. You don't want to use a liner brush, but Something like that will do. So for the gray, we're going to mix up a little bit of gray, and you'll see that it's a little bit darker under the nose. See this little here? There's a little bit of a shadow here. I do a little bit of an outline for the face and the little fold in the face here. It has a little bit of a shadow up there. I'll talk you through that. And then in the ears, I do a little bit of shadows, and then at the back here. But I'll talk you through it. It feels very random when I do it, but there's method in the madness. So we'll play a little bit. So I make this a little bit darker at the bottom here. This way, not too much. And be loose with your brush. Thinking of you, Patricia. Be loose with your brush. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And then create that shadow under here. And this one you can go quite dark. So I'm going to go a little bit darker right under the nose. If your nose, if you use the pencil to do your nose, I would give it a little bit of a gray outline. You'll see that on this painting it has a little bit of an outline. So I kind of like for that to stand out a little more. And then I also make sure that this stands out a little here, and in the ear I just play with a little bit of a shadow like that. If you're using craft acrylics, we might paint over that. If you're using certain brands that are a little translucent, so it will show up more, but you just want to bring in a little bit of that gray. And my body patches I do in gray. You could use a bigger brush here. I'm just going to make these a little gray. Nothing fancy, just a flat gray. Later on, we're going to come paint some fur over it, and we'll make it all fluffy. But for now, it's just the gray like that. So I did gray in the ears. Under the ears, I did the outline of the face, if you didn't have that. The little dimple or the fold in the face here. Under the nose. If you don't have that line, you can add that in. That one is gray enough for me. And then I made these gray. There. Easy peasy. Hi Frida, how are you? I'm late joining. Been sick all week. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, bronchitis. My sister used to get that all the time. So bad. I hope you feel better soon. And I am good, thank you. Way better than the other week. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Oh, Catherine. Catherine doesn't paint. She just loves to watch and hear your accent. I speak English deliciously with an accent. Thank you, Janelle. All right, so while you're busy with that, we are going to move we're going to paint the pink in the ears. So I start off with a dark red. So you need a medium-sized brush. I'm going to still use my round one. So this one works for me to do the ears. We're going to start off with some red, and then we're going to go into some white. So with this gray that you placed here, if it's still wet, it's going to blend in a little bit with your red, which is fine. You want a darker red up here. I'm hoping that mine will be a little bit see-through so I can still see that dark shadow. So I'm going to pick up some red, not too much. I just have a little bit of red on my brush. And I'm going to rub it out here like this onto that darker color. Really loose with my brush. I'm going to wipe off the red. I'm not washing it, just getting rid of it. Picking up some white. I'm going to start blending these two together. So I put it underneath, and then I work my way into the red, and then back down into the red. And you'll see that gray almost makes it look a little bit like a purple. If you have too much red on your brush, I have too much red here. Wipe your brush, pick up more white paint, and then you blend these two together. More in the white, and then go into the red. Oh, what are we doing, Frida? You are just loosely blending. You don't want this to be too smooth. This is a wild pig, wild hog. And you want something like that. See how loose? If you find that, oh, you dried your red too far, wipe with the paper towel, wash your brush, just pick up white paint and go again. You'll see this one, it's slightly different brand red, but you can see how loose, there's almost a straight line there. You can try and make it a little bit smoother, but very loose, wild brush strokes. And you do the same on this side. So a little darker here, and then lighter on that side. So I'm picking up red. I'm going to go here and up like that. Going to wipe my brush. I don't wash, just wipe. Picking up some white. I start next to it, so I place it in the white, and then I move into the red, bring it down, back into, you kind of play a little bit at a time. As soon as I see my brush has too much red on it, that's too dark, I wipe, and I pick up more white paint. I start in the white, rub, and then go. It's like you go and get some red, go pick up some red, and then drag it out so that it mixes in with the white, and you make the pink. And if you find that, oh, you want a little bit more white, you can use your paper towel and then just go add more white. If you need more red, I think I want a little bit more here, you just add more red. Don't overthink it. Just play. Paint without expectations. Kind of go, let's see what happens if I do this. There we go. I think that is going to be my piggy ears. Don't forget to breathe. Are you guys breathing? Awesome techniques. I love it. Done the pig twice, different every time. I think I've painted this pig probably 30 times, and I still, every time I do it, it looks slightly different. And I can never, after all this time, I think it's because I'm on the side in my position, but I can never get the eyes to match or the ears to, but we don't want them to be exact, right? You guys breathing? I love you, pig. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dallas. I appreciate that message. You guys sending? So if you're sending stars, thank you very much. When I am on my system, I just kind of get this blank message, and I am assuming that you are sending stars. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes, you are. Thank you, Isabel and Sarah. I appreciate that. Breathe still. I'm glad you're breathing. Cute pig. Thank you, Denise. All right. So now we're going to do the nose. I should have done a little bit of a gray in here, but you can just add. So it's just going to have like little blotches of darker red color. So you can do this any way you want to. You can see that I just played with the brush, kind of went with a little darker red. You can add a little bit of, like we did here, but I didn't do it there, but you can just add a little bit of gray in there just to give it some markings. It's got a little black mark here. So it's all pink, but do some of these markings, and we'll get to the nostrils when we do all the black. Right. Same brush. Try not to be too precise with the lines. Use the same kind of brush strokes that you used in the ears. Really loose. Move your brush. Hold it a little further back. Sometimes when we paint like this, we try and be too precise. So hold it a little further back and see what happens. Right. So I'm going to go again. I'm going to use a little bit of gray. So I'm going to, because I didn't bring in some gray, I'm going to use a little gray and I go into the red. If you just want to do red, you can do that too. I'm going to play around here like that. And if you go into your gray lines, it's all good because the black, you can just make it as big as you want it to be. So you can paint over. So rather go a little smaller and you can make the nostrils as big as you want to. Brown pig. I love the brown nose. Love that. All right, a little darker here. Maybe a dark red on the outside. And now I'm not washing my brush. I'm just going to pick up white and I'm going to play with the white in here. So now I go on top of my lines that I drew, but because my paint's a little see-through, I can still see a little bit of that outline. If you pick up too much red, go back, grab more white, wipe your brush. He looks like he hurt his nose. But when the black and everything is around it, it looks a little better. I like that little black marking on the nose. So I'm going to add that. I haven't done that in a while. I'm just going to, he's got a bigger black patch on the nose. That's going to be my nose. When everything else is there, it will look a little better. But it looks like he just ran into the wall. Poor little thing. I want to say thank you for reminding us to keep breathing. Thank you. I love reminding, because I know I've been doing this for 10 years. And when people are in my studio and they're painting away and it goes quiet, I go, don't forget to breathe. And you can hear people go, how do you know? And you can hear them take that breath because they just stop, because it's so fun though, right? You get so focused. It's my birthday today. I'm 50. Happy birthday, Pam. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You make it look so easy. I try. Lots of happy birthdays coming for you, Pam. Are you painting with us today? Or are you just coming to say hello? Oh, look at all the happy birthdays. I'll show you. Here's one. And here's one. It's all for you, Pam. Ali is here. Hello. All right, you guys ready to move on? Just type ready. In between all the happy birthday. There's another one. My 3-year-old grandson fell on a concrete bench. Aw. And his nose looks a little like that too. Oh, Wendy. When my oldest son, I came home one day and we had a nanny, and I opened the door and her eyes were blood red and she was crying because my son fell, and it was just minutes before we came, so she hasn't even had time to phone, and his whole nose was, he almost looked like this too. But I felt so bad for her because he was a 3-year-old rambunctious little crazy little boy, and we had brick stairs at the back door anyway, so he also looked a little like that. So I know how it goes. I'm just watching tonight. Okay, jumping back and forth from YouTube and Facebook. I love that. All right, poor guy. I hope he's okay. All right, so let's move on. We're going to do the grays now. So you'll see, I'm going to talk you through it. So the pig is not white. We're going to play with a really light gray, and here and there you're going to add a little bit of a darker gray, and then you can go lighter again, and be loose brush strokes, and I'll show you the directions that I go into. So when you look at the ear here, so you're going to do brush strokes going this way with a light gray, and you can add a little bit of a darker gray in there. So here, see how the hair grows up? So I would go up and then round it here, down at the chin. See the brush strokes go like that? So keep that, because that makes it look, those layers of fat that lays there. So do that, and then at the body, I drag my brush strokes this way. So I would use not this size brush. I would go for a medium or even a bigger brush. So that size. So these ones, start with your gray going like that. If you find that you're losing this because your white's quite opaque, then just add a little bit darker gray in here. We go up. Don't worry about all the fur and all that. We do that much later. So now it's going to look flat. It's going to look weird, especially when we add the black in. But as soon as we start playing with these little flicks in here, it just adds all the adorableness to this little guy. All right, so I am going to mix up a really light gray with my brush. And I already have some all mixed up here. I might need more white paint. If you get a little bit of blue or green in there, it's all good. It's just the light reflecting onto your pig. Right, I need more paint. All right, so a light gray, it's quite light, so I can play this way if I want darker, or that way if I want more white. Sometimes you mix, and then when you start painting, it might appear too dark or light, not the same, because it's surrounded by other colors. So you might have to go back and pick up a little bit more black or a little bit more gray. Right. And my brush strokes, nothing fancy, just kind of swish, swish this way, keeping it in that direction. And go right into, you can go right into this, because all of this is going to be black, so you're going to cover that. So it's all good. A little darker gray right over here. If you find that you're losing it, just go with a really dark gray, kind of paint it back in, not black. And then go lighter again. Over here, I kind of follow that shape. And don't worry about a hard line here. So quite often people try and make this line a hard line, very precise, but when you start painting the little fur, you're not even going to see if it's a hard line or not. Up here, I'm going the direction the hair would flow in or grow in. Going around here, up. I'll make it a little bit darker here and lighter in front. So darker behind that little fold on top of the nose, You can see a little darker here and a little lighter in the front. He's just got that extra little roll on top of his nose. He's a really fatty, this guy. That's okay, Donna. If you feel you're far behind, paint it at your own pace and ask questions if I've moved on to something else. Because I post the video right after, and then you can skip back and skip forward as you please. Don't rush. Sometimes it's so fun to just play with the colors in the ears or anything else, so just chill. It's all good. Northern Indiana. Hello, Diane. Oh my, so cute. We'll work on this tomorrow. You're welcome, Gilda. Denise says, it's a birthday pig. I like it. There you go. See, you can go back tomorrow and pause where needed. And there's another one. It's okay to see. These people know how we do things here. Yeah, just take your time. Denise is my friend. I love it. Awesome. Friends painting together. So this side here, I keep a little bit darker. You can see how it's a little bit darker here, and then there's a little bit of a highlight, and then the gray starts for the body, just to define that a little bit. Too gray, a little bit more white. Nothing fancy. Move your brush around. Just like the ear loose brush strokes, you want to keep all your brush strokes kind of loose and fun and not too precise. It's abstract. And then I'm going to go a little bit lighter around here, but still with a gray. How's everyone doing? Are you guys breathing? I'll bring it closer so you can see. See my brush strokes moving around. Oh, I can blend a little bit over there. The little darker patch here. The great thing with if you've gone a little bit darker is when we paint the fur, it will show up a little bit more. So you don't want to be too light, because if you're too light, when we paint white little furs everywhere, it doesn't show up that well. If you have your camera, take a photo, you get a very different perspective. If you feel it's safer not to check, you can do that too. Or go for a walk. Just stepping away from your painting a little bit and then coming back gives you a very different perspective. And I'm sorry, I should have warned, this one takes a little bit longer to paint. So normally we paint an hour 15, we might be a little bit longer tonight. It's okay to get behind. I get behind all the time. Sometimes I wait to get caught up until after the video is over so I can fast forward and pause, right? It makes it so much easier. And if you're in the membership, there's people that do only 30 minutes of painting a day, so you have access to the videos anytime, and you can pause, play, go back. So fun. If you do want to check out, so I have a paint night at home membership, and it's $19 a month, and you have access to more than 100 paintings. And next week I'm adding 3 new paintings. So every month I add a minimum of 3 new paintings to the collection. And it's like Netflix. It's not, you only have limited time for a certain painting or anything like that. It's you access all of them. And you can binge paint, like you binge watch videos or Netflix. You can do 3 paintings this weekend and then take a week off and then do a painting and then do 5 next week. And summer is coming. A lot of people paint out on their patios. They got hours to just sit. We've got so much daylight in the summer, especially here in Canada. So you can paint for hours outside. It's more complicated than it looks. Oh, there we go. We have some feedback on the membership there. Michelle says she loves the membership. Thank you so much. All right, how are we doing with the gray? The pig one takes a little bit longer, and then the other night I painted a little watering can with tulips in it. That one takes really long. Michelle, have you done that one in the membership? That one's a lot of fun. So there's some of them that takes quite a bit of time. I'm the one sending the hearts. Thank you for all the hearts. I'm getting lots of hearts and lots of stars tonight. Love it. So I know you're still busy with the gray, but I'm going to move on to the black, and the black is just flat black. You're going to use your medium-sized brush, and you're just going to paint the ear black. You're going to paint this little patch black, this one, that one, and we're going to paint the nostrils black. See how those two are very different sizes? Did you notice it before? So just flat black. And he looks a little ghosty, so don't paint the eyes black yet. But he looks a little bit like a ghost because the eyes are going to be white and just sit there. This brush is getting old. It works for this painting. Nothing fancy, just black. I have cancer pain more lately, so the membership allows me to paint when I'm feeling my best. It is the highlight of my good days. Oh, Michelle, thank you for sharing that. And I'm sorry you're going through that. I do hope it gets better soon. It's so neat that you have this escape, that you can paint and just take your mind off things. I'm glad you found it. You just made my day. My background is so heavy blue, he looks like he's in a pool. Well, lucky him, sissy. You can make some little lines around him so that it looks like there's ripples in the water. Oh, Vicky, I bought the 20 for 20 today. Good. Thanks for a great deal. I knew you guys would like it. And I have to tell you guys why I did it. So, working for yourself, like I do, when I want something, I have to work hard and I need to do something. And I am going back to school in the fall. I am going to do a certification through the Canadian International Institute of Art Therapy to become a therapeutic art practitioner. So that's my big news. I'm so nervous to tell you guys. Anyway, so in September, I'm going back to school and I just needed a little bit more funds to do this. So thank you to everyone who bought the 20 for 20. Because without you, I will not be able to go back to school and continue what I have been doing for people like Michelle and many of you that message me every day to tell me how much the painting is helping you. So I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you very much. And I don't want to cry now, but anyway, so I'm very excited. And if you want to support me, it's on my page. It's 20 for 20 and it's going towards my schooling for September. So very exciting news that I'm sharing. It's art has helped me in more ways than I can ever explain. And during the pandemic, I've seen what it's done for other people. So it was just the natural next thing to do. And I looked it up and it kept popping up. And then the last few days, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do this. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to all of you because without you, I will not be able to do this. So please share my videos because more people need to paint. More people need to have this time where they can just take some time off and just forget about everything that's happening in the world and just our bodies need this time off. So thank you to you all. And thank you for all the congrats and all the beautiful messages. And I will share my journey as I go through this with you guys. So you will see some exciting events coming up that's a little bit more focused on to the mindfulness and what art can do for you. So it's very exciting. Very, very beautiful what's going to happen in the next few months. You will be you will be an amazing art therapist. Thank you so much, Sheila. This is amazing for you. You'll be amazing at it. I'm looking forward to it. And I do have the studio space, so I'll be able to have an online non-clinical practice, I think is what it's called. So I'll be able to do online and I'll be able to do in person and in groups. So that's very neat. I feel very privileged to be in this position. Will you be able to do paint classes in September? Yes, I will. So even with that, I will still be able to do the painting classes. Congrats to you. It'll be amazing. Thank you. Art Therapy for Kids is especially amazing. We're here for you. Thank you, Karen. Yes, I'm very excited to do this. I used to do a little bit of art journaling with girls when I had my studio, and it was amazing to see what it's done for them. Every week we'd have a different project and they would almost lead the project. And the transformations that happened in my studio was unbelievable. So I do want to bring it to more adults too. And mother-daughter groups. Oh, there's so much I want to do. But I'll share with you. He'll be there with me. He'll be perfect person for that position. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, thank you. All right, how are we doing with the pig? A little bit back to you guys. Just flat black. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. And then you can use a smaller brush to paint in the nostrils all black. And I just go round and round. My hand's shaking a little bit more now, but let's see. I think I'll be able to do it. There we go. And again, the one's bigger than the other one. And while it's still wet, you're going to pick up a little bit of white paint. Can you see the little highlight here? So just at the bottom, just a swish with your brush so it looks like a little bit of a highlight to give the nostril a little bit of depth. So I didn't wash my brush. There's still black paint on it, and I roll it in the white because I don't want it to be too bright. So picking up white, it's like a grayish color. Barely touching here, and then push a little harder with my brush, and I add a little shadow in there. So tip of my brush, putting it down right against the nostril there, tip of the brush, and as I do it, I push a little down with the brush, it goes bigger, and then I lift my brush again. And if you mess that up, you paint it all black and you go again if you don't like it. There's no messing up. Let's just try again. Thank you. I'm recovering from an asthma attack, which I ended up in hospital for 5 days, and painting is helping me recover. Rhonda, I'm so sorry to hear that. My mom had an asthma attack too. That's just awful. And I'm glad that you're here recovering. You are already an art therapist. Just get that paper. Sissy, you are amazing. Thank you. I have to paint on replay. Yes, it will be there for you. All right. The nostrils, and then we do the eyes. So when you do the eye, I keep a little bit. So if you paint it with the gray circle, I keep a little bit of the gray circle as the outline for the eye. And you can see it on that one. A little bit more at the top. It almost looks like the eyelid. And then I just do a little black dot inside. And this one's all black. He's got a little bit of a black patch. And then when you do the dots in the eyes, I use the back end of the brush and I do the dots. When you do the dots, make them both on the same side or the same place in the circles. If you do them in the middle, he looks a little squint. If you do them on the outsides, he looks a little weird. So I normally go like this one is the top in the middle. This one is a little bit to the left at the top. Right, so I just go with black and I make the eye black. This one, we're going to keep a little bit of the gray. If you lose the gray, you can always go and paint it back in. And then back end of my brush, which I find a little bit easier, little bit. And then I do a little dot on this side here and a little dot there. And then he looks alive. Look at that, twinkle in the eye. That wasn't too bad. And when you look at him right now, you can just see that all he needs is that fur. He looks a little flat right now. I'll show you this one. And he looks very animated. And then that's the same pig with hair. And this one looked exactly the same. It's just this hair that makes a difference. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So if you're ready for the hair, then type in ready. I'll give you guys a minute to catch up. Cute pig. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we'd love you to share. Thank you, Lucy. Yes, it was a wild week. I am feeling much better. I actually had a weekend away this weekend with 2 girlfriends, and we ended up painting the whole weekend. I got to show you guys what I painted. I am not going to get to it. I'll post the photo for you. It's just too far. But I painted the cutest painting. But we spent the whole weekend shopping and painting and laughing. When I woke up Sunday morning, my cheeks were sore. It was so good. I'm shaky too tonight. Yes, look at me. I'm like, it's crazy tonight. I see 3 readies. Give me another 2 and then I'll do that and then I'll post the video and then everyone else can have fun. Just going back. Don't rush if you're not there. And you can use, I'm going to stick to the same brush, but if you feel like a brush like this, this size is too big for you, go for a smaller brush. If you have one of these brushes with a longer hair, that might help. You want it to be, you're going to do flicks with your brush. You're going to put your brush down and you're going to do like little flicks and see how this brush's hair separates a little bit. If you have something like that, that really works. I've tried with a fan brush. I find it not very easy to work with a fan brush. But I don't use a fan brush. If you're very used to a fan brush and you know you can do it, then you can. So I'm going to use this to do the little flicks. I wet my brush. I'm going to do some black ones first, and I thin out the paint. I'll tell you now in a second, Terry, about the eyes. So I thin out a little bit of black paint. So I take a little bit of black and water, so it flows a little easier. So just thinned out paint. But if you pick up your brush and you see a drop, that's too much water. Go back, get a little bit more paint. You don't want any drops on there, just paint. And then you're going to do little flicks. So when I do the ones on the ears, they kind of slightly curved and they come this way. So you put your brush inside the black paint and then you're going to flick up like that. And look at that. That's already some hair. And you can practice on your palette or on your on the side of the canvas, but it's very little bits of movement. It's a short little flick. You don't want to do a long drag. It's not a drag at all. It's not that. You're putting it down and you're flicking. And then I add a little bit of a curve to it when I do it. Tip of the brush and flick. So a little water into the black paint. And these ones, I do some going upwards here. I do some black ones going away from the face here. These ones go up and around and then goes down. And then I do some going down this way. To paint the eyes, Terry, I left the gray circles. So gray circles, I painted it black on the inside. Just go round and round with black. And then I used the back end of the brush and I did little dots and make the dots in both eyes at the same place so that so it doesn't look squint. But that's it. You can see what it looks like there. All right, so here I'm going to go up with my flicks. So put it inside the black and then go up like that. Like that. A little bit more water, a little bit more black paint. I'm going to start here inside the black and then short little flicks. Sometimes it's hard, but I have to tell you, I had someone whose brush strokes were short and they were more like, they weren't the brush strokes. She just dragged them up, but she did the whole pig like that. So it worked out well. If you've got your style going and you do it everywhere, just keep going with it. It works. I'm going down this side. You can make him as hairy as you want him to be. I might go back and do a little more. He's very hairy tonight. Look at him. Can you see the difference those little brush strokes make? So cute. My son's fiance loves little piggies. So whenever there's something piggy going around, there's a video. She sent us a video. She wants to go to the Bahamas because you can swim with pigs in the Bahamas. Anyway, she loves pigs. She already got one of these. I might have given her more than one. Maybe I'll take her a third one just because I can. drive my son insane. Look at that. He's so fluffy. I'm going to go down here, and then you're going to do the same with white paint. Exactly the same brush strokes, and I do some down at the beard here. You can do some gray ones too. I go outwards like this, down at the bottom. And if your pig is too white, you won't see the white that bright. So then use gray. If you found that you made your pig too white, then go with a little bit of gray. I just play with lots of flick the brush everywhere. When you go into the black here, it might still be a little bit wet, so you might pick up a little bit of the black paint, so just be careful. Sometimes that's a little long. That's okay. He's a hairy pig. Don't forget the ears at the top. That, my friends, is your painting for tonight. Do some down the face here. Maybe some into the ear. Some hair standing up. Don't stop because I'm stopping. Keep playing. Oh, you can even play on the body with some lines. You just got to figure out the direction you want to go. But look at him. He's so freaking cute. And here's the other one, so I can show you the lines again. He is so adorable. So flick, flick, flick with a brush. $1 million signatures at the bottom right-hand side. Don't stop painting because I'm stopping. Keep adding to it. Let your inner artist come out to play if you want to. So see how you're going to add the ripples around it? Have a good night. You too, Pam. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. So I will see you guys next week. I didn't list the events because I wasn't sure what was up with my schedule, but we got it all figured out. Next week, there'll be, I think it's 12:30 in the day, and then we're back tonight, and then back today. I'll list it. You'll have to go and check to see. I can't think of all the dates now, but I'll be listing until the end of June. And then in June, I will make a list for the summer. So have a beautiful evening, and I will see you guys next week. If you do want to buy the 20 for 20, it is listed on my Facebook page. I'll add it to my selfie that I will be posting in white. I would do light blue. Hold on. Oh. So I painted a little kayaker. See how he's in the water? This painting is not done, so it's really dark. But see the white little ripples? It's actually a light blue. So you can do that around your piggy if you want. And if you send the photo, I'm going to send it to my son's fiance and say that he's in the Bahamas. He's waiting for her. All right. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next week. Go check out my page. Go check out the membership if you're interested. Don't hesitate to ask questions. And I will post my journey for my schooling and what I'm up to. And I will see you guys next week. Take care. Good night.